we're doing our program that we normally do, but
Buenos
today we're gonna do a
días
little
a
different,
todos ustedes y
a little different for
bienvenidos
everybody
al
else. Okay,
nuevo show
so just stand
del
by. The
abogado
program
Vital
today
de
is called
Carpio en
Success
esta
for
gran
You,
y mundial
and it's a little different than
plataforma
what we
donde
normally
hablaremos
used to
acerca
do.
de
But we're gonna start this
inmigración,
because I
de
think it's the
casos
best time to
penales,
do
de
it. So stand
accidentes
by.
y si quiere tirar una curva, bienvenido aquí todos los días al pie del cañón. El abogado Vital de Carpio, despierte con Vital legalmente, aquí para apoyar a nuestra comunidad, donde pueden llamar y quitarse las inquietudes legales, aquí con el abogado Vital de Carpio. Si no hace nada, nada va a pasar.
Okay, here we are. Thank you very much, everybody, here in the studio. And we are live right now, and this is a program that has nothing to do with law. Today, we are not going to talk about law because I think it's time that we probably share some of the things that we need to share with everybody, and that is success. And I'm going to talk about success for you and give you some tools, and maybe your children and even adults can benefit from this because I did not have these tools when I was a kid, but I wish I would have. And believe me, life would be a little smoother. I'm not complaining, but it's been a challenge. So, at any rate, and the reason why I'm doing this is because a few years ago, I went to a concert for Stevie Wonder, and greatest musician. When I got there, he played his song, and then 90% of the show were other people, they were younger people that he was pushing and helping. And I said, oh, I guess so. He's already done it. He's lived the experience, and he now wants to share or help. And Carlos Santana, which is also my favorite musician, did the same thing, just helping out the youth or other people to get going and get better at it. So once we reach a certain level in life, we want to share with the people who we care for whatever it is that helped us. And that's why I'm here for, to show you, and mainly your children, or you can send that to your children, and some of these tools, okay, of how to be successful. Now, we're going to start. What is success? I'm not going to tell you what it is. Success is whatever you decide or you think it is for yourself. Many of us live, but oh, what about my cousin? What is he going to say? My aunt? And you know what? They have their own lives. Okay, so success can be monetary, having a lot of money, which is what a lot of people think initially, but it can also be emotional success and also spiritual, have peace of mind and tranquility, which they don't care about money or anything like that. And so the success is going to be whatever you want it to be. And now some of you fathers or parents want our kids to be great baseball players. But maybe the child doesn't want to do that. So you have to watch your success and your kids' success. And I think the best thing that you can do is provide them with all the knowledge and information so they can make a valid decision in life, and then they can decide whatever success it is that it is. Okay? So now let me just start. This is on Saturday. Once again, I am an attorney, but we're not talking about any law. But what did help me, I think, is wise to share. A few years ago, after I became a lawyer, I was invited to speak to the Boy Scouts clubs. I would go to certain high schools, I mean, remember 8th grade, 9th grade, and just talk about what was success or how did it help me get there or get over these humps now. And I share that with the kids. I remember that. And so I thought, well, why don't I do it now? I have a YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok that are watching me to be able to share it with you and hope that it will help you or your children or your other half or whoever you want. Okay? So the first thing we need to know is we need to know what tools we have that'll make us get whatever we want or reach that success definition. For example, in a construction, someone who's going to do any construction work, they're going to need to learn how to use the tools. Is it hammers? Is it a saw? Is it a chipping block? Or whatever it is. Because if you don't know, you're going to get stuck. And one of the things we need to learn, what are the tools that we have right here? You don't have to go buy any tools. I remember after I was over 18, I saw a hammer. I said, well, you got to beat that in. And I was trying to put a battery cable, a pole, onto the battery, and it got stuck. So I grabbed the hammer and I hammered it. Yeah, it worked. And I broke the battery. I didn't realize that I need a rubber hammer, not a metal hammer. That's because I didn't know how to use the tools. I didn't know the strength of a metal hammer as opposed to a rubber hammer. So that's just one example. So I'm going to give you the name of a book that gives you all the basics. It's been around for years. I'm not selling it. I'm just sharing it with you. And it's been read by millions of people. And all of the successful people have read that book. And that book talks about positive thinking, which shows you how to use the tools that we already have here, that we are born with. And if you can share this information with your children, you're doing them such a favor that they will thank you for the rest of their lives, because you're opening up a door of knowledge that's in here, a door where they can achieve anything they want. Not only your children, you too, because once again, I read this after I was 21, okay, and it helped me tremendously. Since then, I am a lawyer, and I'm working very hard. I love it, okay? One of the things you have to do with work is you better love the type of work that you do. Okay, so we talked about what is success and what are the tools. We need to learn the tools that we have in here. And one of the things I'm going to talk about today is daydreaming, okay? You need to practice daydreaming. And most people just say, oh, you're daydreaming. That means you're thinking about something else. You're drifting away. But guess what? We have to do it intentionally to get whatever it is that we want. Whatever goals that you have, whether it is getting married, it is finishing an education, buying a car, buying a house, finding your loved one, being able to go on a trip. You want to get a green card, to have legal permanent residency, or whatever it is that you want, you have to daydream about it, think about it, imagine it. And that is one of the dreams, or one of the success tools, to use your imagination. Now, you have to do this quietly, obviously, when you're alone, and just imagine yourself either traveling to Europe, means you already have your green card. It means going home to your house, your dream house, wherever it is, wherever you want it to be, or going home with your wife, which is the ideal person that you have in your mind, or whatever it is, the type of job or traveling, whatever. All of that, you need to use your imagination and make that wish. Now, besides that, you should also write it down on a piece of paper and keep it to yourself, hide it, put it inside the book that you read or underneath your pillow, and every night you go and look at it. You can draw whatever it is that you want. I remember that I drew equipment, musical equipment. I remember it was a B3 Hammond organ, a Rhodes piano, a big ARP 26600 synthesizer. I just drew it, and I didn't have it. Next thing you know, I got the Rhodes, and then I took off on the road, and then some guy offered me to sell the B3, and I also got the ARP synthesizer, which back then was a big thing. I didn't have the money. I had no idea how I was going to get it, but that just happened to work without me even reading a book or anything. I just drew it. So why don't you draw the card that you want, the perfect card that you want? I wanted to get a Porsche. I couldn't afford it, obviously, way before law school and all that. But I took pictures, I would draw them, and eventually I got a Porsche 911T, and I got it at the price that I wanted it to. So I did not pay full price for it. Obviously, I had to repair it. But the thing is that using your imagination will help you achieve your goals. If it's to pass an exam, if it's to sell a music video, it's a songwriting, or if you want to build a house, whatever it is. Now, some people are accustomed to hearing negative things. And the first rule here, you need to think positive. And the book that I'm going to tell you in a minute will teach you how to do that. And it will also tell you that you need to stay away from anyone that is negative. And therefore, the imagination, you're daydreaming, you do not share it with anyone except two people. And those two people are the only ones that love you in the world. your mother and your father. Nobody else. Okay? You keep it, share it with them. They will keep the secret. They will wish that because you're their child. And that's what parents do. They love their children and want their children to get whatever they want in life. Okay? So those are just a couple of tips that I'm sharing with you today. It's a day that I decided not to talk about the law or immigration or anything like that, but better share what I've had in my mind has been going around in circles to be able to do that. And now I'm live on TikTok and also on YouTube and Facebook, and you can follow me or subscribe. If you want more of these type of videos, because this is the first one I'm making, why don't you send me a note or at least subscribe and just tell me, hey, we want more of these. There's a lot more. I'm just sharing the tip of the iceberg. And what I think is most important is that what I'm telling you, you don't have to do anything, but I think you owe it to your children, at least to look into it and look at the book. The book is not as simple to read it. It's okay to read. And the good thing is that I'm gullible. And when I read it, I believed it. Most people read it and they don't believe it and they reject it and it turns them off. It didn't me. And I went on and I'm glad because it is a positive book. Okay, the name of the book is Psycho-Cybernetics. Psycho-Cybernetics. The author is Maxwell Maltz, M-A-L-T-Z. $5.95 is a little red and white book. They can sell. You can buy it online, I guess. Get the oldest one because they have new versions. My suggestion is get that one and just read it. And if it gets thick reading, force yourself to read one page at a time, and it'll give you some tools and basic things. Now, some of you have seen the video, The Secret. Well, a lot of it comes from that or is intertwined or has the basic concepts. So I suggest that whether you either look at The Secret, but the book is the one that really gives you the basics, which are the tools that we need to learn how to use here in our head. So send me a hello because I have no idea whether you are interested in this subject, but I think your kids would love to have some of this knowledge that I learned after 21, and maybe some of you are going to learn it now. It doesn't matter when you learn it, as long as you learn it and you begin to apply. So success for you. Maybe we'll have another one. So we're going to turn it off right now. And I know TikTok, you're a little different because the engineer's over there and I'm over here. So we're going to go off now. And just in case, I come on live every day around 3 o'clock giving news of immigration law in Spanish, okay? But I'm speaking English today, but what's the problem? So that's where it's at. So anyway, thank you. I hope this will help you. Send me some information, messages that you like it. If you want more, I think your kids are the ones that are going to benefit, or even you, or you better have. Who knows? But all I know that you need to stay positive, be positive, have a nice day. Even if it's raining, it's going to be a positive day. So success for you with attorney Vital Di Carpio.
Gracias, damas y caballeros. Aquí con el abogado Vital de Carpio. El teléfono de la oficina es el 714-953-2732. Y también puede ver al abogado Vital de Carpio en el internet en abogadovital.com. Abogadovital.com para ver la cara de nopal del abogado. También puede hacer una cita al 714-953-2732 por Skype, por correo electrónico. Y si tiene un accidente automovilístico o un caso de mala práctica médica, llame al abogado Vital de Carpio al 714-953-2732. 714-953-2732. El abogado Vital de Carpio. Y San se acabó.